Dear student, today we are going to study about the one of the important part deals with the medieval Indian history. So medieval Indian history played a vital role in the context of the Indian history. As you know that the many of the Muslim rules deals with the medieval history. Along with we had seen the role of the others like the Rajput era also. So today the part is that is the Delhi Sultanate. Delhi Sultanate. So Delhi Sultanate, before that we have to move towards the historical context of this Delhi Sultanate. So what it mean? The arrival of the Arabs and the arrival of the Turks. Okay, arrival of the Turks and the Arabs. In the short, we can say that invasion of Arabs and Turks. Invasion of Arabs and Turks. So if we talk about the invasion of the Arabs and Turks, Arab were the first people, those who invaded on India. Okay, if you go to the historical context, you can find the 1636. 1636 was the era AD 1630 AD. This era the Arab invaded on India. The Arab invaded on India. The first Arab invasion deals with the 1636. Okay, 636 in the 636 in the 636 the Arab invasion on India. So Arab invaded on India by the means of the Walid, Khalid bin Walid. He sent one commander. His name is the Ibn Akhtab. Ibn Akhtab was the first who invaded on India in the year 636. He attacked on the Bombay and captured the Bombay port. So firstly the Arab invaded in the year 636 and captured the Bombay by the means of the Akhtab. Okay, what happened again when the Bombay fell under the control of the Arab? Later after some period the Sri Lanka, the Ceylon sent some ships to the Arabs with that dealings moving from the dynasty or the kingdom of the Dahir at that time. So what happened means that ships were plundered by the some people. So what happened suddenly due to this the Arabs demand expedition. क्या हुआ 636 के बाद जैसे ही बॉम्बे जो है कैप्चर्ड हुआ, उसके बाद अरब्स को जो है सेलून यानी जो है श्रीलंका ने शिप्स भेजे थे. वो शिप्स जैसे जो है प्लूंडर्ड हुए सिंध के राजा के जो प्रोविंस में आता है, तो उस टाइम पे अरब ने कहा कि दिस इज ऑल्सो दिस इज योर डायनास्टी. सो एट द टाइम यू आर गोइंग वी हैव लॉस्ट द प्लूंडर द शिप. So at that time you have to be fulfilled and you have to be expend all things that are plundered by the some peoples. So उस टाइम पे जब वो चोरी हो गए शिप्स या हो गए, तो उस टाइम पे जो है सिंध के राजा से जो है अरब्स ने जो है कंडीशन रखी कि आप जो है इसका हरजाना बनना है. सो व्हाट हैपेंड द सिंध राजा रिजेक्टेड द अरब्स डिमांड एंड द Al-Hajjaj, the caliph of the Arab, declared a war against him and sent a Muhammad bin Qasim, a 17-year-old commander. Muhammad bin Qasim in the year 712 he sent to the Sindh and he captured the Sindh. He sent to the Sindh and Muhammad bin Qasim, arrival of the Muhammad bin Qasim to India in the year 712. So after 712 Muhammad bin Qasim conquered over the Dahir of the Sindh. So later from this period 712 to the approximately before the arrival of the Ghaznavis, they ruled approximately 200 years on Sindh. Arabs were ruled over the 200 years on Sindh. Sindh पर जो है अरब्स ने जो है अराउंड 2 years जो है क्या मतलब में रूल किया. जैसे जो है 712 के बाद जो है जैसे वो वहाँ पे कैप्चर्ड किया सिंध, तो उसके बाद से जो है उनका रूही रूल हुआ. बट आफ्टर दिस द many arrive after this the another notable people those who invaded on India, that is Turks. 712 के बाद जो है अरब्स ने जो है रोल किया, तो उसके बाद जो नेक्स्ट आए वो जनरेशन थी, दैट इज द टर्क्स इन्वेजन. So Turks were from the Ghazni. Ghazni was in the Afghanistan. What happened? The foundation of the Ghazni was laid down by the Alptagin. Alptagin was considered the founder of the Ghazni. Founder of the Ghazni, Alptagin. After the Alptagin, the son-in-law of the Alptagin, Subtagin captured the Ghazni, and after ruling over 20 years, his power is handed over to his son Mahmud. Actually, the name of we use the Muhammad, but actually is the Mahmud Ghaznavi. Means Ghaznavi means he is from the Ghazni, that's why he is noted as the Ghaznavi. So later the first is Alptagin founded the Ghazni, and later the Subtagin, the son-in-law of the Alptagin, conquered or ascended the throne after the Alptagin, and later on his son the Mahmud Ghori ascended the throne after 20-year rule of the Subtagin. So what happened after getting a power in the Ghazni? He invaded on India around from 1000 to 1026 AD. 17 times he invaded on India and plundered the wealth of India. Especially the Somnath temples is considered the richest temple in India at that time during that era. So he plundered the whole and soul the treasury of the Somnath temples, and 17 time attacks. So after this, some rurals were found in the he unable to Mahmud Ghazni is unable to be settled a stable government in India, especially after attacking 17 times. But in the some areas they ruled as the invaders. उन्होंने जो है जब 1000 से लेकर 1026 में ये 17 टाइम्स जो है महमूद गजनी का जो है किंग था, उसने अटैक किया. तो 17 टाइम उसने जो अटैक किया, सोमनाथ टेम्पल के वेल्थ को कैप्चर किया. वो होने के बाद फाइनली एक स्टेबल गवर्नमेंट वो जो है अपनी इस्टेब्लिश नहीं कर सका टर्क्स की. बट व्हाट हैपेंड मीन्स लेटर जो है उन्होंने जो है एक स्टेबल गवर्नमेंट दी, दैट्स लीड्स टू द दिल्ली सल्तनत. सो व्हाट हैपेंड आफ्टर दिस द another person come into light. He is also from the Ghazni से और एक person आता है. His name is Muhammad Ghori. Muhammad Ghori is also from the Ghazni. Actually, when he acquired his role in the 1773, he able to form a government. He ascended the throne of the Ghazni in the year 1773. 1773, Ghazni became a king of the Ghazni. Muhammad Ghori became the king of the Ghazni. At that time, in the year 1173, he became the king of the Ghazni. So after becoming king of Ghazni, he tried to move towards the India, and he moved towards the India in the year 1705 and captured the Multan and the Sindh. In the year 1175, he captured the Multan and Sindh, and again in the year 1178-79, he tried to invade again on the India and reach towards the Gujarat. At that time, the Mullah Raja of the Annihilars was exist. At the time, he defeated to the Muhammad Ghori. जैसे ही जो है वो 1175 के बाद फिर 1178-79 में जो है गुजरात के मुल्ला राजा जो राजपूत थे उनके पर अटैक करता है. तो उस टाइम पे जो राजपूत के जो राजा थे मुल्ला राजा, वो मुल्ला राजा थर्ड डिफीट करते हैं मोहम्मद गौरी को. And again he moved towards the in 1182 he moved towards the लाहौर के पास जाते हैं. लाहौर में जो है उस टाइम पे जो है क्या मालूम है, खुसरो मलिक वाज द लास्ट रूलर ऑफ द गजनी. मीन्स द विच गजनी? महमूद गजनी. So Mahmud Ghazni, the rule of Mahmud Ghazni was established in India. It is not a stable rule. So at that time in 1182, he attacked on the king of Lahore, Khusro Malik, and captured that place that is noted as the which place Lahore. So after capturing to Lahore, he again visited to he tried to attack on in 1191. He attacked on the another ruler. His name is Prithviraj Chauhan. That is Prithviraj Chauhan in the year 1191. He attacked on the Prithviraj Chauhan. 1191 में उसने पृथ्वीराज चौहान पे जो है जो चौहान डिनास्टी थी उस पर अटैक किया, बट ही डिफीटेड बाय द पृथ्वीराज चौहान. दैट इज नोटेड एज द बैटल ऑफ तराइन फर्स्ट तराइन बिटवीन द पृथ्वीराज एंड मोहम्मद गौरी. So and after a completion of 1 year, again he attacked on the Prithviraj Chauhan in the year 1192. That is noted as the Tarain II. In that war, Muhammad Ghauri succeeded to defeat the Prithviraj Chauhan. That is noted as the Tarain II. His notable ruler Tarain II. And the same in the year 1192. He returned to his Ghazni. वो गजनी को वापस जाता है. गजनी को वापस जाके फिर अगेन जो है इंडिया पे अटैक करता है. अटैक करके जो है ग्वालियर और दूसरे जो रीजन्स हैं वो रीजन को कैप्चर करता है. अगेन इन द ईयर 11 after coming return from the Ghazni, and again he attack on the different dynasties of the India. And what happened means in the year 96 his commander Bakhtiyar Khilji, his commander Bakhtiyar Khilji succeed to captured 1190. Bakhtiyar Khilji succeed to captured Bihar and Bengal. And what happened after this Bihar and the Bengal? After this, what happened means and also he destroyed the Nalanda and Takshila University. So this is also noted in the history. So while he returned to India means in the year 1192, while returning to India, Muhammad Ghauri handed over the administration to his Mamluks, another slave, Qutbuddin Aibak. Qutbuddin Aibak also considered one of the important commander of his army. What he did, he conquered over the Meerut and Delhi and the Ranthambore. Qutbuddin Aibak captured Meerut, Delhi and Ranthambore. The places which captured by the Aibak was Qutbuddin Aibak, the slave of the Muhammad Ghauri, captured the Delhi, Ranthambore and Meerut. So, and after the death of Ghauri, Qutbuddin Aibak declared himself as a ruler, as a king of the dynasty. That is and from that concept, the concept is arise, that is the dynasty of Mamluks or slave dynasty, because Qutbuddin Aibak was the slave of Muhammad Ghauri. So slave laid down the foundation of the Sultanate, that is called as the slave dynasty. After becoming a king or a king, Aibak keep Lahore as capital. Since from 1203 to 1206, Ghauri able to Gauri, actually the Qutbuddin era is come from the 1106. So till this period, 1203 to 1206, the Gauri is able to be captured the upper India. गौरी ने जो है 1203 से लेके 1206 तक जो है पूरा जो है अपर इंडिया जो था वो पूरा कैप्चर्ड किया था. लाहौर था, इधर जो है हमारा मेरठ था, दिल्ली था, ये पूरे चीज़ें जो है कॉन्कर्ड किए थे, पूरे प्लेसेस को कॉन्कर्ड किया था. तो साउथ जो है पूरा नॉर्दर्न इंडिया या अपर इंडिया जो है अंडर द कंट्रोल ऑफ होम, अंडर द कंट्रोल ऑफ द गौरी. आफ्टर द डेथ ऑफ द गौरी इन द ईयर 1206, द Qutbuddin Aibak considered declare himself as a king of the foundation laid down by the गौरी. गौरी ने जितने भी फाउंडेशन ले डाउन किया था वो पूरे साम्राज्य का, पूरे जो एम्पायर का जो उसने अपने आप को किंग डिक्लेयर किया. बिकॉज नो वन इज exit from the Gauri side to rule in India. So only person that is the trustable slave, he was Qutbuddin Aibak. So Qutbuddin Aibak, after taking a charge, he utilized he declared his capital as the Lahore, and the many of the things are deals with the Qutbuddin Aibak. He laid down the Qutub Minar, foundation of Qutub Minar, and with the connection with the Bakhtiyar Khaki, one of the wali, or in the sense we can say the Rahmatullah Alayh. So he achieved a title that is the Lakh Baksh. The title achieved by the Qutbuddin Aibak was the Lakh Baksh. Lakh Baksh means in the sense the he donated the lakhs of rupees. So that's why he received a title that is the Lakh Baksh title. Lakh Baksh title. And about him, one of the important writer, his name is Firdausi. Firdausi written a book on him that is noted as the Kitabul Hind. Firdausi, one of his quote writer, wrote a book that is the Kitabul Hind. Kitabul Hind, written by the Firdausi, and himself one of the great scholar, the Kitabul Masiri and the other Kitabul Minhaj Siraj and other were important books during the period of the Aibak. So Aibak, after the Aibak, his son in the year 1206, his son Aram Shah come to the throne. Aram Shah आता है, but Aram Shah was killed by Shamsuddin Iltimish in other sense. Aram Shah was killed by the Shamsuddin Iltimish. Aram Shah was the son of the Qutbuddin Aibak, and after this murder, killing of the Aram Shah, there was also one of the fight between the two son-in-laws, the Najiruddin Quba Shah and the Shamsuddin Iltimish. Shamsuddin Iltimish succeeded over the Najiruddin Quba Shah and declared himself as a king, and later after becoming a king, he transferred his capital from Lahore to Delhi. He was the first person who transferred his capital from Lahore to Delhi. So and laid down the foundation of the concept is that the capital of the Lahore, the Qutbuddin Aibak hold the capital at Lahore, and when the Shamsuddin Iltimish become a king of this dynasty, slave dynasty, he declared his capital as Delhi. Okay, after becoming a king, he conquered Bhilsa, Bengal, Ujjain, Jailur. So these are the places, important places conquered by the Shamsuddin Iltimish. And also he introduced the two types of a coin. One is taka. Jital means a copper coin. Jital coin, copper, and another is taka, silver coin. Silver coin, taka, and jital, the copper coin, was introduced by him, and he completed the further construction of the Qutub Minar. फाउंडेशन कुतुब मीनार की Qutbuddin Aibak ने रखा था, उसको कंप्लीट किया Shamsuddin Iltimish ने. So after the Shamsuddin Iltimish, he ruled from the After him, after the death of his, before the death, he declared Razia Sultan as a further successor. Iltamish declared Razia Sultan as a further successor. So what happened when the Razia Sultan, the daughter of the Shamsuddin Iltamish, declared as a Sultan or the further successor of the Shamsuddin Iltamish? What happened? Shamsuddin Iltamish deals with the two sons. So elder son lost early, and later what happened means another was Rukunuddin Feroz. So when the Razia Sultan ascended the throne, she suffered from the argue of the nobles and the ulamas of Delhi. Nobles and the ulamas of the Delhi. Razia Sultan को जो है शमसुद्दीन इल्तमिश ने क्या किया था, उसको जो है अपना सक्सेसर फर्दर सक्सेसर डिक्लेयर किया था. तो जैसे ही रजिया सुल्तान असेंड करती है थ्रोन, तो उस टाइम पे जो है 1236 का एक एडी का ये दौर था, पीरियड था. तो वहाँ के जो दिल्ली के जो नोबल्स थे, उलमास थे, रॉयल फैमिलीज थे, दे अपोज्ड दे डिडंट टॉलरेट द रोल ऑफ ए वुमन. So that's why in the Delhi Sultanate, the Razia Sultan was the only one lady ruler on the Delhi Sultanate. So what happened after this, and again in the year 1236, the Rukunuddin Feroz declared as the king for a period of a king, and later Rukunuddin Feroz declared as a king in same year 1236. What happened after this, and again Razia Sultan captured during the time of the Rukunuddin Feroz. After the Rukunuddin Feroz, the mother of the Rukunuddin Feroz, Razia Sultana, the wife of Shamsuddin Iltimish, Shahana Turkana ruled for a months, and later on again the dynasties and against the Slav dynasty comes under the control of the Razia Sultana. So after the Razia Sultana, we had seen the different rule. Razia Sultana के बाद जो है बहुत सारे अलग अलग हमारे पास जो है रूल आते हैं. बट द लास्ट बिफोर रजिया, आफ्टर रजिया सुल्ताना एंड अनदर रूलर कम इन टू लाइट, हिज नेम इज गयासुद्दीन बलबन. Ghiyasuddin Balban succeed to collapse the rule of Chahalganis. Chahalganis was established Chahalgani in the other than Chalisa. Chalisa was established by the Shamsuddin Iltimish. A rule of a noble members, a 40 noble members were exit at the time Chahalgani to administrate and to support the king at the time. Chahalgani means a member, 40 members nobles 40 members इसमें होते थे. चहलगनी या चालीसा इसको नाम दिया गया था. तो जैसे ही जो है बलबन किंग बनता है, he demolished, he collapsed the concept of the चहलगनीस. चालीसा के जो है क्या मालूम है, पूरा इसको खत्म करता है. एंड गयासुद्दीन बलबन declare himself as a नायब खुदाई. in other sense he said that he declared as the नायब खुदाई means the god on earth. He declared the concept the god on earth. I am a god on earth and different concept, and introduced the Sajda Parampara. And after him there were some rulers like Muhammad Masood and Masood also. After the Masood, the last ruler, notable ruler in this history was Nasiruddin Shah. Nasiruddin Shah was defeated by the Jalaluddin Khilji. By defeating to the Nasiruddin Shah, Jalaluddin Khilji laid down the foundation of the Khilji Empire. So last ruler of this dynasty was Slav dynasty, Nasiruddin Shah. So after the Nasiruddin Shah, the Slav dynasty rule deals with the 6 to 1290. This era is noted by the Slav dynasty era. And after what happened means Khilji dynasty. Khiljis were ruled only for the this era is noted as the Khilji era or Khilji dynasty. After the slave dynasty, the second dynasty who come into light, that is the Khilji dynasty. Khilji ruled for a period of the 30 years, but their market reforms, their achievements notable in the Indian history. Okay, if we talk about the Khilji, the founder of the Khilji dynasty was Jalaluddin Khilji. Jalaluddin Khilji is considered the founder of Khilji dynasty. He came into throne by defeating to the Nasiruddin, and later what happened means Jalaluddin Khilji was also killed by his nephew. His name is Alauddin Khilji. Alauddin Khilji killed to his uncle Jalaluddin Khilji and ascended the throne. Jalaluddin Khilji and ascended the throne. So after ascending a throne, the Alauddin Khilji made many kind of the reforms towards the Khilji dynasty. The achievements which are propagated or promoted by this dynasty or the Alauddin Khilji is notable in the history, because Alauddin Khilji known for his many policies like the market reforms, and when the Alauddin Khilji come to throne, he sent his Deccan successor to the Deccan. Alauddin Khilji's Deccan successor Malik Kafur. He was the Deccan successor of the Alauddin Khilji. He was the first person who come from the northern India to southern India. He was the first person, is commander of the Deccan successor, or he noted as Deccan successor of the Alauddin Khilji. So not only he visited to Deccan, he defeated to the Hoysalas of Yaudri Dwara Samudra and Yadavs of Devagiri, the Hoysalas of Dwara Samudra, Yadavs of Devagiri, and Kakatiyas. He defeated the Hoysalas of Dwara Samudra, Yadavs of Devagiri, Kakatiyas, and Pandyas of Madurai. And later, the Alauddin Khilji was killed by the Malik Kafur. Again, the Malik Kafur जो है इसको kill करता है, फिर उसके बाद जो है आता है. So what happened again after this? The notable and remarkable the market reforms which was introduced by him, that are noted in the Indian history. Market reforms of Alauddin Khilji. And before that, Alauddin Khilji is also one of the person who built a Ala Darwaza in Delhi. Ala Darwaza in the Delhi was also built by the Alauddin Khilji. So what are the reforms, market reforms of the Alauddin Khilji? If it deals with the market reforms of Alauddin Khilji is appointed a officer, that is Shahanai Mandi. He appointed a officer for the market is Shahanai Mandi. Means a officer for a market is appointed as a Shahanai Mandi. Was the officer appointed by the Alauddin Khilji. And the another remarkable reform that he established the four kinds of a markets. And the one market for the one market is for the one grain. Introduce the concept one market for the one grain. Means एक ही तरह के अनाज के लिए एक ही market होनी चाहिए. The concept was introduced, and the another is that market for the cattle and other sources, and market for the raw materials, and market for the merchants. merchants market. These are the four types of market introduced by him. And another most important, that the price of the commodities shall be decided by the king or a king administration. उसने अलाउद्दीन खिलजी ने कहा कि जो कमोडिटीज का जो प्राइस है वो जो डिसाइड करेगा, किंग डिसाइड करेगा. यही जो है रिफॉर्म, जो है मार्केट रिफॉर्म, नोटेबल रिफॉर्म्स है अलाउद्दीन खिलजी का. दैट इज द कमोडिटीज प्राइस शैल बी डिसाइडेड बाय द किंग एंड द कल्प्रिट्स वेर पनिश्ड. कल्प्रिट्स वेर पनिश्ड. उस टाइम पे कल्प्रिट्स जो होते थे, कोई कम तोलता तो कहा जाता है कि हिस्टोरियंस ने लिखा है कि उसके जो है जिस्म का गोश्त काट कर जो है तोला जाता था. So at that time, this kind of the barbaric rules was introduced by the Alauddin Khilji, and later Alauddin Khilji, the later Khiljis, means till this dynasty, there were no later on till the this era, 1217. This is noted as the era of the Alauddin Khilji. After that, there is no proper ruler to rule over, and after this is the another dynasty come into light from the 1320. From 1320, the another dynasty come into light, 1320 to 1414. That dynasty is the highest ruling dynasty over the Delhi Sultanate. Highest ruling dynasty over the Delhi Sultanate. They ruled around the 94 years. They ruled around the 94 years on the Delhi dynasty. This dynasty was founded by the Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq is the founder of the Tughlaq dynasty. Another, if we talk about before this, one point I have forget. The Alauddin Khilji introduced the army reforms also. Alauddin Khilji, let it be, we shall take later. Alauddin Khilji's army reforms, first standing army, first complete standing army was established by him, and he introduced the system of dog system on horse, means mark system on horses. He marked the horses, that is noted as the dog system. And another is the dog system, introduced the dog system, and most important, he paid the salary in cash. He was the first person who paid the salaries in cash to the soldiers. salaries उसने जो है कैश में सब में पहले जो है सोल्जर्स को देने का जो एक सिस्टम शुरू किया, वो अलाउद्दीन खिलजी ने शुरू किया था. डाक सिस्टम उसी का शुरू किया हुआ है. यहाँ पे डाक इन द सेंस ए मार्क ऑन seal on horses was also introduced by the Alauddin Khilji. And after, and another is he introduced the concept of the chehra. What is the chehra means? In the sense we can say that the information about the soldiers is like a little bit biodata concept introduced for the soldiers, that is the chehra. It is noted as chehra. Okay, chehra was the term used for the during the time of the Alauddin Khilji's military. उस टाइम पे एक आइडेंटिटी कार्ड के तौर पे जो है एक कॉन्सेप्ट जो यूज होता था, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द चेहरा ड्यूरिंग टाइम ऑफ अलाउद्दीन खिलजी फॉर द सोल्जर्स. सो आफ्टर दिस अलाउद्दीन खिलजी वी हैव सीन द अनदर रूल, दैट इज द खिलजी रूल फ्रॉम दिस पीरियड टू दिस पीरियड. दिस इज टाइमलाइन ऑफ द तुगलक डायनेस्टी, तुगलक डायनेस्टी. सो तुगलक, ग़ियासुद्दीन Tughlaq was the founder of this dynasty. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq was the founder of this dynasty. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq is also notable for the many reforms, in that he was the first person who introduced the concept of the postal services. Postal services was introduced by him, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. After Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, his son come into throne. His name is Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Muhammad bin Tughlaq many writers have written about the Muhammad bin Tughlaq, that the controversy behind the death of his father Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq is deals with the Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Many writers जो historians ने लिखा है कि ग़यासुद्दीन तुगलक की जो डेथ थी उसके पीछे जो है कंट्रोवर्सी थी उसके जो है बेटे मोहम्मद बिन तुगलक की. ओके, ये लिखा है हिस्टोरियंस ने. सो व्हेन द मोहम्मद आफ्टर द मोहम्मद बिन ग़यासुद्दीन तुगलक, Muhammad bin Tughlaq ascended the throne. Muhammad bin Tughlaq, known for his policies and in the Indian history is written as the wisest foolish of India. Wisest foolish of Indian history. Why? Because the policies and the plans which was introduced by him is not only deals with the far coming 50 years, but he is the one of the major the fact that is related to the Muhammad bin Tughlaq is he is far from his to the his 50 years time, means he is thinking about the future 50 years, future 50 years. मोहम्मद बिन तुगलक के साथ जो उसके प्लान्स जो पॉलिसीज थे वो पॉलिसीज उस टाइम के नहीं थे, लेकिन उसने जो है आने वाले 50 इयर्स के बाद का जो है कॉन्सेप्ट इंट्रोड्यूस किया था एडवांस में. बट दैट्स वाई ही इज नोटेड एज द वाइजेस्ट फोलिश ऑफ इंडिया. एंड द रिफॉर्म्स ऑफ द मोहम्मद बिन तुगलक and the policies of the Muhammad bin Tughlaq always noted in the Indian history, and always he is considered as the wisest foolish of India. So what are the policies of the Muhammad bin Tughlaq means? The policies of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So the policy in the first policy that is considered as the foolish act of the Muhammad bin Tughlaq, transfer of his capital from Delhi to Devgiri in the south. That is the transfer of capital from Delhi to Devgiri and again from Devgiri to Delhi. By the wish to extend his role all over India, he transferred his capital from Delhi to Devgiri from the north to south. It's a miles of distance. So in between what happened, the many people have written that due to the famine and due to the long distance, he lost half of his population and many kind of the economic losses. And after a short period, again he think that we have to be transfer the capital again to the Delhi. उसने पहले जो है दिल्ली से देवगिरी अपना कैपिटल शिफ्ट किया ऑल ओवर इंडिया पे रूल करने के लिए, एक कॉन्सेप्ट के लिए. फिर अगेन क्या करता है, बीच में जो फैमिन से या दूसरे रीज़न से लोग जब बहुत सारे मरते हैं तो फिर वो सोचता है कि फिर जो है देवगिरी से दिल्ली कैपिटल शिफ्ट करें. तो देवगिरी से फिर दिल्ली कैपिटल शिफ्ट करता है. इसमें बहुत सारे लॉसेस होते हैं. तो उसी बीच जो है इसका जो कमांडर रहता है, कमांडर हसन जो गंगू बहमन है, वो बाद में पहले हसन था, बाद में गंगू बहमन बना वो. सो वो भी जो है उससे बेजार आकर जो है इधर जो है दक्कन रीजन में आता है, आकर जो है बहमनी एम्पायर फाउंड करता है 1347 में. तो तुगलक का ही जो है कमांडर था हसन गंगू बहमनी, हु लेड डाउन द फाउंडेशन ऑफ द बहमनी एम्पायर इन द दक्कन रीजन. So this was the first act that is noted by him. And another is he established a officer, he appointed a officer Diwane Kohi, that is comes under the officer for agriculture. Diwane Kohi, officer for agriculture. We are discussing next. Diwane Kohi, he introduced the second policy of that is the agriculture policies of the MBT. Agriculture policy. So he tried to promote the agriculture. And he established the concept that is a officer for appointed officer Diwane Kohi, a agriculture officer. He has to look after the agriculture, and he introduced the somewhat Sandhar, the concept of the agricultural loan. Sandhar was the agricultural loan. What happened when he introduced the concept of the loan? लोगों ने जो है लोन तो लिया, फैमिन वो ये उसका बहाना बताकर लोगों ने शादियाँ की, ऐश किया, मौज किया. So what happened again? He said that okay, this year we have suffered from the famine. Again we have to transfer our capital. We have to transfer the concept, and again he introduced the second time loan. What happened? Again the same mistake done by the people. So he used the army to recover the loan. He was the first person in the history granted a loan and recover a loan by force. उसने जो है फिर लोगों से by force loan लेना भी शुरू किया. This is the third that is notable act of the second, and the third is the loan. These are the notable act of the this, and the what happened means after the fourth is done by him, that is minting of coin policy. Minting of coin is also one of the big mistake by in the change of the coin. The coin policy of the Muhammad bin Tughlaq is also considered one of the big mistake during his administration. He changed the bronze coin by the means of he changed the silver coin by the means of bronze coin. उसने क्या किया, सिल्वर कॉइन जो है वो उसकी जगह नया कॉइन एक लाया, दैट इज ब्राउन्स कॉइन. ब्राउन्स कॉइन लाकर सिल्वर कॉइन वापस करने के लिए कहा, तो लोगों ने सिल्वर कॉइन वापस कर दिया. फिर जो है उसको इकोनॉमिकली कुछ जो है लॉसेस हो रहे थे, तो अगेन ही सेड दैट रिकवरी उतनी नहीं होने के बाद उसने क्या किया, जितना जो वापस आना था लो अमाउंट ऑफ द कॉइन्स उतना नहीं आता, तो अगेन वो क्या करता है, लोगों को बोलता है कि सिल्वर कॉइन वापस लो, फिर ब्रॉन्ज कॉइन जो है वापस हो. एंड इन बिटवीन व्हाट हैपेंड मींस द पीपल फोर्स द कॉइन्स मिंट दैट द और होम. लोगों ने जो है घरों पर ब्रॉन्ज कॉइन बनाए, तो इससे जो है बहुत सारा जो इकोनॉमिकली लॉस जो है मोहम्मद बिन तुगलक को हुआ. आफ्टर मोहम्मद बिन तुगलक हिज सन कम इनटू लाइट, हिज नेम इज फेरोज शाह तुगलक. So Feroz Shah, the son of the Muhammad bin Tughlaq, is known for the compensatory work for the people, those who suffered from the मोहम्मद बिन तुगलक. मोहम्मद बिन तुगलक से लोगों ने को जो लॉस हुआ था उसको कंपेंसेट करने के लिए जो है इसने जो है बहुत सारे रिफॉर्म्स किए अगेन. एंड ही स्टैब्लिश द 3 टाइप्स ऑफ ऑफिसेस दैट इज नोटेबल इन द हिस्ट्री. वन इज दीवान खैरात. दारुश शिफा, दीवाने खैरात, दारुश शिफा. दीवाने खैरात is deals with the charity work. Why? The Darush Shifa is deals with the free treatment. And the third is Diwane Bandagani. Bandagani in the sense, and the Bandhu are in the other sense Bandi, the slave. Welfare of the slave. Third one is deals with the Diwane Bandagani, welfare of the slave. Actually, the concept is Bandi, from the Bandi to Bandagani. It is the welfare of the slave. Introduce the welfare of the slave. And after the another ruler come into light, that is the Mubarak Tughlaq also. And after this. The Tughlaq era deals with Tughlaq from 14, and after the Tughlaq, the another dynasty was come to light. Here the dynasty was the Sayyid dynasty. Sayyid wears role from the 1414 to this era to 1451. 1451 Sayyid dynasty. Sayyid dynasty was established by the another ruler is Khizar Khan. Khizar Khan was the founder of the Sayyid dynasty. by defeating to the a ruler, that is the Mubarak Tughlaq. He come into the light, the Sayyid Khan. After Sayyid Khan, there where we have noted the more major four ruler. Sayyid Khan, after Sayyid Khan, Muhammad Shah. Muhammad Shah, have noted Muhammad Shah, Sayyid Khizar Khan, Muhammad Shah, and the last were Alam Shah. Alam Shah were the last ruler. Alam Shah was the last ruler. Alam Shah जो last ruler होता है, last ruler was the Alam Shah. So this dynasty ruled from this. The major contribution that is notable is that they extend the further and the protect the Delhi from the foreign invasion. सैयद डायनेस्टी को उतना मेजर रूल नहीं रहा है, बट दे रूल्ड ओवर द दिल्ली. आफ्टर दिस सैयद डायनेस्टी, द अनदर डायनेस्टी वाज कम्ड इनटू लाइट, दैट इज नोटेड एज द 1451 to 1526. This era is noted for the Lodi dynasty. Lodi dynasty. So Lodi dynasty was established by the Bahlul Lodi by defeating to the Alam Shah. Bahlul Lodi by defeating to the Alam Shah, Bahlul Lodi come into light, and after the Bahlul Lodi, his successor was Sikandar Lodi. Sikandar Lodi. बहलुल लोदी के बाद जो है जो रूलर आता है वो रूलर है सिकंदर लोदी. सिकंदर लोदी एंड द सन ऑफ सिकंदर लोदी, सन ऑफ सिकंदर लोदी कम इनटू लाइट आफ्टर. ये डायनास्टीज इतने जो है मेजर कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं रहे जितना जो सिलेव ने और जो तुगलक ने, खिलजी ने जो कंट्रीब्यूशन किया है. बाद की दोनों डायनास्टी ने उसमें कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं किया है, जस्ट दे एक्सटेंडेड द रोल. एक आध दो कंट्रीब्यूशन होंगे, मगर जो हिस्ट्री में है नोटेबल जो मूवमेंट्स हैं इनके, जस्ट दे एक्सटेंडेड द रोल. एंड आफ्टर सिकंदर लोदी, इब्राहिम लोदी ascended the throne, and while Ibrahim Lodi was ruling at that time, he suffered from the many kinds of the revolts. इब्राहिम लोदी जब कर रहा था तो उस टाइम पे जो है क्या मालूम है बहुत सारे जो है क्या मालूम है दरिया खान है, दौलत खान है, ये अलग अलग जो है क्या मालूम है प्रोविंसेस ने जो है क्या अगेंस्ट अपोज किया था किसको, इब्राहिम लोदी को, बिकॉज ऑफ हिज पॉलिसीज. जो है जो लोहानी जो डायनास्टी है उनके रिलेटेड जो है जो उसके पॉलिसीज थे उसको अपोज किया. इब्राहिम लोदी के जो पॉलिसीज थे उसको अपोज करना था, तो दैट्स वाई ही सफर्ड फ्रॉम द वेरियस काइंड ऑफ द इंटरनल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट, एंड ऑन द रिकमेंडेशन ऑफ हिज important person, the Babar invaded on India. दौलत खान ने कहा है कि बाज़ पे लिखा है कि दौलत खान के कहने पे जो है बाबर इन्वेडेड ऑन इंडिया. काबुल, द किंग ऑफ काबुल, काबुल बाबर इन्वेडेड ऑन द रिकमेंडेशन ऑफ द दौलत खान इन द ईयर 1526. दिस नोटेड एज द बैटल ऑफ तराइन, फर्स्ट पानीपत, बैटल ऑफ पानीपत. In that, Ibrahim Lodi was defeated by Zahiruddin Babur, a king from the Kabul, and this is considered the end of Delhi Sultan and the beginning of Mughal era. Mughal dynasty from the 1526 in Battle of Panipat, first notable as the beginning of the Mughal dynasty or foundation of the Mughal era in India, 1526 Zahiruddin Babur. Okay. So, what would be the major reasons that lead to the downfall of the Delhi Sultanate? Delhi Sultanate. So, if you go to the first major rule, that is the policies of Delhi Sultanates. Favored to a particular community, that is Muslim community. The policies which were introduced by the Delhi Sultanates are favored to the particular Muslim community. And second one is Tughlaq rules. Tughlaq rule also responsible for the fall of the Delhi Sultanate. Means Tughlaq introduced the many policies, plans that's considered lapse. Tughlaq ने जो policies plans use किए वो बाद में lapse हो गई, तो उस वजह से भी जो है क्या मालूम है दिल्ली सल्तनत को ये होना पड़ा. एंड अदर इज इंटरनल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट. इंटरनल conflict, we had seen the two times the internal conflict. One is during the period of the Razia Sultan, another is during the period of the Ibrahim Lodi. तो ये जो internal conflict थे, conflict भी आए. And the major is that the favorable rule of the kings towards the trusty people. जो king का जो favorable rule था वो trusty था. And the impose of the some Islamic laws like the jizya. Jizya were forcibly imposed on the Hindus. Jizya imposed on the Hindus. And the taxes from the Hindu pilgrims. हिंदू जो pilgrims होते थे, सेंट होते थे, उनसे भी जो टैक्सेस लेते थे. दैट्स आल्सो नोटेबल थिंग एज द डाउनफॉल ऑफ द कॉजेस ऑफ द डाउनफॉल ऑफ द दिल्ली सल्तनत. सो आफ्टर दिस वी आर गोइंग टू डील्स विद द रिफॉर्म्स ऑफ द दिल्ली सल्तनत. रिफॉर्म्स. So Delhi Sultanate introduced the many reforms. If we talk about the administration, first is administration. So administration was considered the centralized administration. Centralized administration means the king is the whole and soul, and for the sake of assisting him, there was a council. उस टाइम पे जो council होती थी, and other the नायब डेप्टी नायब वजारत और द डेप्टी मिनिस्टर्स होते थे, अलग अलग हुआ करते थे. बट द किंग इज सेंट्रलाइज एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. एंड द सम टाइम द लाइक अल्तमश एंड अदर पीपल्स दे डिवाइडेड द एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इनटू इक्तास. In the other form it is called districts, and the head of the iktas is called as the iktidars. Okay, iktas were the districts divided by them. And after that, in the administration they use the many reforms, the many kind of a terminology. For example, the Diwan-e Wizarat, this is established for the administrative purpose. And the next Diwan-e Risalat, the another is Diwan-e Risalat. So Diwan-e Risalat deals with the religious concept. Means in that what happened means they introduced the many charity works. By the means of Diwan-e Risalat, he introduced the many charity works for the religious promotion and for the sake of the religious people. So Diwan-e Risalat. And the next he also into Diwan-e Kohi. Diwan-e Kohi introduced as the agriculture reforms. As a minister for the agriculture, a officer for the agriculture was Diwan-e Kohi. And the Diwan-e Majlis. Diwan-e Majlis means royal fest. A officer for the royal fest. अगर कोई जो है नोबल्स या रॉयल्स के कुछ फंक्शंस होते हैं या कुछ उसको डील करना होता है, तो ये जो है क्या मालूम है रॉयल जो है दीवाने मजलिस जो होता था वो जो है फंक्शंस अरेंज करना उसकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी थी. उसके बाद दीवाने अरीज. Officer for the military, Diwan-e Aris, the officer for the military. And the next Diwan-e Akhur. A officer for the royal horses. Officer for the royal horses is known as the Diwan-e Akhur. And same Diwan-e Phil or pill, some place I noted pill. So it is for the royal elephant, officer for the elephant. Phil means in Arabic it is noted as the elephant. So Diwan Phil also deals with the this dynasty. Okay, so Diwan Phil and Diwan Dar. Diwan Dar. So officer for the justice, officer for the justice, officer for the justice, appointed the officer for the justice Diwan Dar. And apart from the many terms, the Khaziul Khazat, Khaziul Khazat. The next is Khaziul Khazat. So it is considered the superintendent of the justice, superintendent of the justice, Qaziul Khazat. And the Qazi, the term used the Qazi, Qazi, a legal officer, a legal officer. The term was the Qazi, used as the legal officer during this time. Legal officer noted as the Qazi. And apart from this, another some more they introduced the concept that is in the, we have noted Diwan Bandagani and the Diwan Khairat and other some kind of that. But apart from this, they use the some land taxes, the concept of some land taxes. Land tax during the time of the Delhi Sultanate. So they use the different kind of the land taxes policy like jizya. Jizya deals with the land tax for the Hindu. 1/10 of the their land, the protection has to be submit as a land tax by the Hindus. By Hindus. Another same Ashraf in other people some use. Ashraf is a land tax policy for the Muslim. 1/3 same लैंड टैक्स पॉलिसी फॉर द मुस्लिम के लिए जो है क्या मालूम है, जो लैंड टैक्स पॉलिसी होती थी अशरफ यूज किया. उसके बाद जो है अनदर टर्म दे यूज खुम्स. बूटी ऑफ वार मीन्स आफ्टर ए वार, सपोज सम पीपल्स कैरिड आउट ए सम द थिंग्स विच आर अवेलेबल ऑन द बैटल फील्ड और एनीथिंग. जब जो वार होती थी उस टाइम पे वार में जो भी जो है सिपाही लेके आते थे, कोई लेके आते थे या कुछ कलेक्ट करके लाते थे, दैट्स आल्सो उस पर भी टैक्स लिया जाता था. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज बूटी ऑफ वार. ओके, खुम्स, दिस टाइप ऑफ ए टैक्स इज आल्सो एग्जिस्ट. खुम्स इन द सेंस आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग ऑफ ए वार, जब जंग होती थी, जंग होने के बाद सामान इधर उधर बहुत सारा पड़ा होता था, तो सिपाही क्या करते थे या राजा भी क्या, सिपाही जो है वो सामान को उठा के ले आते थे. जब ले आए तो राजा की नज़र पड़ी, तो राजा ने क्या उस पर भी टैक्स लगाया. ये जो है टैक्स था. एंड टैक्स ऑन द दोआब रीजन, दोआब जो रीजन थे वहाँ पर भी, उस पर भी जो है क्या मालूम है अलग अलग जो है टैक्सेस लगाए जाते थे. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दिस देयर वर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ ए लैंड. हमारे पास जो अलग अलग टाइप्स ऑफ लैंड थी. खालिसा लैंड, लैंड्स ड्यूरिंग दिल्ली सल्तनत. So what is the Khalisa land? In other words, crown land. It is noted as the crown land. Khalisa land and the crown land means the land which is fall in the Doab region. जो Doab region के बीच में, Doab, what is Doab? When a Doab region is deals with the, when a particular land form comes between the two rivers, that is noted as the Doab region. तो वैसा जो अगर Doab region के बीच में कोई लैंड होती थी तो उसको खालिसा लैंड बोलते थे. And apart from this, Inami land was also exist at the time. Inami land means given for a welfare work to the officers. ऑफिसर्स को जो है वेलफेयर वर्क के लिए जो दी जाती थी, इनामी लैंड थी. एंड द अपार्ट फ्रॉम इनामी लैंड अनदर इज वक्फ लैंड. वक्फ लैंड. So waqf land is the same, means the permanently donated by the religious priest or the peoples for the sake of the religious welfare. That land is considered the waqf land. तो उस टाइम पे जो ज़मीन थी खालसा थी, इनामी लैंड थी, उसके बाद जो वक्फ लैंड थी, और एक जो ज़मीन थी वो इक्तास लैंड. This land is given to the Sipahis are the soldiers and the commanders. This is land is known as इक्तास लैंड. एंड जो सिपाही जो सोल्जर होते थे उनको जो है जो इनाम में जो लैंड दी जाती थी या उनके लिए दी जाती थी इक्तास. वो भी इक्तदार का अलग, वो इक्तास अलग है, वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट था. यहाँ पे इक्ता टाइप का लैंड का भी नाम है इक्तास. ओके, सो दिस इज नोटेबल एज द एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव रिफॉर्म्स. सो आफ्टर दैट the art and architecture. Art and architectural development during the Delhi Sultanate. So Qutbuddin Aibak laid down the foundation of Qutub Minar, and it is completed by the Shamsuddin Iltutmish. कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक ने कुतुब मीनार का फाउंडेशन रखा, उसको कंप्लीट किया उसके दामाद ने शमशुद्दीन इल्तुतमिश ने, फर्स्ट वन. द लेटर कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक कंस्ट्रक्टेड ए खुव्वतुल इस्लाम मस्जिद इन द मॉस्क्यू इन द दिल्ली. खुव्वतुल इस्लाम मॉस्क्यू, फर्स्ट वन इज कुतुब मीनार एंड सेकेंड वन इज खुव्वतुल इस्लाम, इंपॉर्टेंट मॉन्यूमेंट्स. खुव्वतुल इस्लाम मॉस्क्यू and Alai Darwaza, Ala Darwaza, it is Alauddin Khilji. And apart from this, the Sayyid dynasty and the Lodha dynasty has constructed many domes and the other commands and other form of the pillars in the Delhi Sultanate. तो इसके साथ साथ जो है दिल्ली सल्तनत के सैयद डायनेस्टी है, लोधी डायनेस्टीज, इन्होंने छोटे छोटे जो गुंबद बनाए, ये जो है हम कहेंगे तकिए बनाए अलग अलग जगहों पे, तो वो भी जो इन्होंने बनाए. लेकिन नोटेबल जो है ये 3 आप याद रखें. अलाई दरवाज़ा अलाउद्दीन खिलजी का था, खुव्वतुल इस्लाम मॉस्क्यू है, कुतुब मीनार है. दिस आर द इम्पोर्टेंट डील्स विद द दैट्स आल्सो इन द अजमेर, दैट्स आल्सो नोटेड इन द अजमेर. दैट्स आल्सो, हाँ, अजमेर का भी जो दाहिदीन का झोंपड़ा है वो आल्सो, दैट्स आल्सो डील्स विद दिस. And what would be the religious life during the time of the Delhi Sultanate? Religious life. So during the time of this, they consider the patron of the Muslim Dharma or Muslim religion. They promoted to the Muslim religion in India. Muslim religion को promote किया. Along with in some historians written that they also respect to the Hindu Dharma. कुछ जगहों पे लिखा है, बट एक्सेप्ट 1 or 2 किंग्स, ऑल किंग्स रेस्पेक्ट टू द हिंदू धर्मा. एंड इफ यू टॉक अबाउट दिस, द स्टेटस ऑफ इन द आफ्टर दिस सोशल लाइफ की बात करते हैं. सोशल लाइफ ड्यूरिंग द टाइम ऑफ दिस पीरियड मीन्स द सोसाइटी वाज डिवाइडेड इनटू द many type of the divisions, like the sects, like at the time Sunni and Shia was also exist. उस टाइम पे सुन्नी और शिया का भी कॉन्सेप्ट था. एंड ऑन द बेस ऑफ द क्लास देयर वाज सोसाइटी वाज डिवाइडेड इनटू क्लास सिस्टम था. एक तो जो अलग अलग सेक्ट से 2 सुन्नी शिया उस टाइम पे भी थे. इसके अलावा भी जो सोसाइटी अलग अलग जो क्लासेस में डिवाइड थी. फॉर एग्जांपल नोबल क्लास, क्लर्जी क्लास एंड द स्लेव क्लास. स्लेव सिस्टम वाज एग्जिस्ट एट ए टाइम. सीरियल सिस्टम भी था सोशल लाइफ में. तो सोसाइटी में अलग अलग 2-3 सेक्ट से, उसके साथ जो है क्लासेस थे. नोबल क्लास थी, क्लर्जी क्लास थी, उसके बाद जो है क्या मालूम है सोल्जर्स क्लास, अलग अलग क्लास थे. ऑन द बेस ऑफ देयर वर्क दैट सोसाइटी इज डिवाइडेड इनटू डिफरेंट क्लास. एंड आल्सो देयर वाज ए प्रैक्टिस ऑफ द स्लेव ट्रेड. स्लेव ट्रेड भी उस टाइम पे होती थी, राइट। स्लेव ट्रेड का सिस्टम भी, कॉन्सेप्ट भी दिल्ली सल्तनत, बिकॉज मोहम्मद कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक वाज द स्लेव ऑफ Muhammad Ghori. So that's why the slave system was also exist during the time of this period. And if we talk about the art, they use the Indo-Turk art. They use the Indo-Turk art in their monument. Monument में जो है हिंद तुर्की जो है आर्ट की झलकियाँ दिखती हैं, कमान बनाए, गुंबदें बनाई, ये पूरा जो है इनसे जो है डील करता है ये दिल्ली सल्तनत से, ओके। So if you talk about the some more the expansion, the end of Delhi Sultanate in the 1526.